Greetings and welcome to another Diablo 2 Resurrected video. Today I want to show you the Bone Necromancer in an endgame setup, and for that we move the minimap out of the way so that we can right to the skill tree. So we are mainly using Bone Spear, so we maxed it out and it has a lot of synergies. It has Teeth, Bone Prison and Spirit. There's more synergies than we have points for. We opted to max out Bone Spirit, Bone Prison and Bone Wall to get the synergies, and then put the rest of our points into Teeth, while also having like 10 points into Corpse Explosion to have a nice radius. You notice we have a lot of plus skills, so we get a nice radius. So depending on how much plus skills you have, you might want to put more into Corpse Explosion or less. And then for curses, I put one into Decrepify just for bosses and stuff. And then summoning, I'm having Clay Golem 1 point and Golem Mastery and Summer Assist also 1 point. That's all about it. And then for the gear, I have a white wand in a base that has +3 to Corpse Explosion and +3 to Bone Spear. So we get a nice +8 to Bone Spear right here. You can also use the Heart of the Oak if you want, if you don't have like a nice white base, or if you need some more faster cast rate. More on that in a second. And we have a Shaco with an Rune attached to it. Actually a bit overcapped on resistances, so you could also put a Topaz in it or an Istrun. Then we have a Maras right here, Enigma, Spirit Shield, Aldor's Boots, Bulkatos, Arachnid Smash, Stone of Jordan and Mage Fist. You can also use Triangles, of course, again, depending also. If you need a faster cast rate, you can also use like something like Chance Cards. And then we have the Torch for Necro, we have an Annie, we have like Bone Skillers with plus life, and we have life and always small jumps. So this is pretty high end gear. Of course, it doesn't need to be all to be perfect. The most significant part is getting a lot of plus skills for your Bone Spear to do significant enough damage to plow through the enemies. As for the Mercenary, I opted to have an Insight Merc with Fortitude and Andy's Visage right here. And then the stats, just enough strength to equip the Monarch, which is easy because Enigma gives a lot of plus strength, and the rest of the Vitality. So we have a lot of life actually. And yeah, that's about everything right here. I'm guessing, yeah, that's try players 8 right away. Cows have a lot of health, but we're gonna try and see how the damage looks. As you can see, it's not super great. It takes quite some time. And then Corpse Explosion on players 8 is not as effective, since Corpse Explosion will use the player's 1 health value of the monster to determine its damage. If we go into the regular players 1, we will see we have a much better time, of course. Especially with Corpse Explosion, it's highly effective. So in that regard, it's like kind of similar to other Necromancer builds. You want to get your first kills and then want to use Corpse Explosion, right? This one is just a bit more active playstyle, because we're actually casting something that deals damage. And then we're using Corpse Explosion to do the rest. And of course you can go anywhere with this build. This is the beauty of it, because we are mainly doing magic damage. So we can also go to the Chaos Sanctuary. Don't really have a problem here. But we can also try on, let's try players 5 and see how it goes. And also change the gear up a little bit to get more faster cast rate. The breakpoints are 75 and 125, and we are right in between that with our faster cast rate, which doesn't do anything in between. But you can go with like an amulet that has 20% FCR, for example, would be great, and then one ring to get another 10%. That would bump this build to 125, right? So you can change out the amulet and get a ring with 10 FCR. Then you can cast more. You don't really lose that much of damage, you only lose 1 plus skills, if your amulet has +2 to necro skills, for example. So that might be a bit better, including quite some more bone spears. So we are on players 5 right now, and you see our Mercenary unfortunately died right here. And I also feel like this build kind of has a bit of this limitations around P5. It's okay, it's well rounded, but anything more than that, it falls off a bit. The damage is just not quite there.
What do you need?
It's also on me that the Merc died because I forgot to pass some the Crucify, which of course helps with survivability. There we go. Let's look at that layer 3 Diablo. And Diablo is pretty easy. If you decrepify him, you can't really do much. But let's see what the damage does, because we don't have Corpse Explosion here. And I feel like it's alright, but for the gear we got, I think this could be a bit more powerful. And I think what they could change with the Necromancer is remove one of the synergies and give the other ones a bump. Like, for example, give everything plus 10% magic damage per level and remove one of the synergies, because you just don't have the points. I mean, technically we could move points out of Corpse Explosion into Thief, but would that be enough? I'm not sure. But yeah, this is the Necromancer, the Bone Necromancer in an endgame setup. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing and liking the channel. Or the way around, liking the video, subscribing the channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Good luck, have fun, and goodbye.